And now we are going to drop an E with Somnambulist Internationale and Radio On.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Road runner, going faster miles an hour. Gonna drive past the Stop and Shop with the radio on. I'm in love with the modern world. Massachusetts when it's late at night, and the neon when it's cold outside. I got the radio on, just like a road runner, going around the highway. Like a road runner. Now what do you think about that, you guys? Radio. Good. We got the AM. Radio. I think we got the power, got the magic now. Radio. We got the feeling of the modern world. Radio. We got the feeling of the modern sound. Radio. The sound of the modern radio feeling when it's late at night. Got the sound of the modern loneliness when it's cold outside. Got the sound of Massachusetts when it's blue and white. The sound of Route 128 on the dark and lonely. I feel alone in the cold and lonely. I feel alone.
Okay, so let's get a quick rundown of what the ritual actually looks like. The first thing that is done is that the sphere of Kether is imagined just above the head as a sphere of brilliant white light.
Dressly, bestly, negman, layla, flush, cut, bala, bash, zap, hitty, zap, zap, hitty, zap, hitty, betsley, push, cut, bala, bash, kitty, bin, zitty, catilla, billy, zickody, zap, hitty, boombala, bamba, zitty, catilla, zack, hitty, zap. Boombala, bamba, zitty, catilla, zack, hitty, zap. Dressly, bestly, negaban, goo, blah, la, la, bee, la, bimini, bish, la, bimini, fush, la, bash, zit, hitty, zap.
I want to be in the centre of the object.
This is what you have to possess. To have and to hold from this day forth.
No. We jump into bed with one another night after night.
People are motivated by lust. You stop yourself. You say, but I am married.
Does that make any difference to the price of eggs? What you really mean is, I'm not allowed. I want sometimes.
We demand that we stand alone.
Over the last few months, many relationships deteriorate along with the economy.
It is evolution.
The result is a void within people, an emptiness that cannot rush. 1 minute full, the next empty.
We are all hungry, lonely and desolate and in the wilderness. This dissatisfied feeling within.
And so we have art. But we cannot change the stones into bread.
Every time I try to work, I come to the same conclusion. In search for the perfect people are actually seeking themselves.
The search?
We find the inner dissatisfaction.
We are spurred on by this voice that tells us the emptiness will not wait.
Our needs and the delight of our body, my happiness, my identity, my sense of security, everything was totally frightening.
It becomes obvious when we look at our daily lives, our hunger for the divine, the negated, forgotten emptiness in which we find ourselves.
We forget that this emptiness is individual, inherent in each one who claims the name
Somnambulist International.
It was the first time I'd heard that name that was to become so potent and important a factor in my life.
Alt had become convinced that these spiritualistic phenomena ought to be much better known and written up and investigated.
À mesure que la nécessité se trouve socialement rêvée, le rêve devient nécessaire. Le spectacle est le mauvais rêve de la société moderne enchaînée, qui n'exprime fidèlement que son désir de dormir. Le spectacle est le gardien de ce sommeil. La conscience du désir et le désir de la conscience sont identiquement ce projet qui, Son contraire est la société du spectacle, où la marchandise se contemple elle-même dans un monde qu'elle a créé.
I found that sometimes I'm able to control a dream, and sometimes I'm able to direct myself before going to sleep to dream about a certain subject, and sometimes not. Following Don Juan, you see, Don Juan said that the important thing was to see your hands in a dream. And I made an effort to do this a number of times, and only a couple of times did I succeed in actually seeing my hands in a dream.
Spiritualism in the hands of an adept becomes magic, because he is learned in the art of blending together the laws of the universe without breaking any of them, and thereby violating nature. In the hands of an inexperienced medium, spiritualism becomes unconscious sorcery, for he opens unknowingly a door of communication between two worlds, through which emerge the blind forces of nature, working in the astral light as well as good and bad spirits.
The name of God that is resonated in Kether is Ye.
The point I am making is that every thought and deed has a consequence, whatever you think.
Well, life has a tremendous significance for others, which was always my ideal.
Onward, off with the teacher. Me or anybody else.
The one in your relationship, out to con you.
There is always another association.
The other will respond. The point I am making is that every thought and deed has a consequence, whatever you think.
Thoughts affect the world.
Oh, negative spirit running from you.
Anger when you say something creative.
You attract the world towards you.
Things around you are things within you.
Your deeds always return. If they are negative, they will kill you physically.
They come back greater.
I learned this lesson when I was all dressed to go out. I had to go music.
He reminded me that night. I had to come to apologise.
I really had to go music.
I was part of the village. He said,
you have the freedom to come or not to come because you are not committed. I have to be here whether I like it or not. You will never be committed. I am committed to this situation here. You are not. That's the difference.
Go to hell. I don't give a damn. I will do what I like.
Oh, you will. Get the job done.
He is a priest of me. If he hadn't been a priest of me, he would not have done it. Such is the order, the beauty of the high.
Sous les modes apparentes qui s'annulent et se récompensent à la surface futile du temps pseudo-cycle contemplé,
their law had lived on in the rituals and symbols of a network of secret societies. The store of occult knowledge had been preserved down the centuries.
Le grand style de l'époque est toujours dans ce qui est orienté par la nécessité évidente et secrète de la révolution.
So, after you completed your Kabbalistic cross and your LBRP, you are probably facing east, and you are vibrating the name Eheye as you visualize this sphere of white, brilliant light above your head.
Sit. Face each other. Stay silent. Take deep breaths, centering your tension. Look into each other's eyes. you feel the urge to look away. Note that embarrassment with yourself and come back to your eyes. You may never see this person again. The opportunity of this particular human is given to you now. As you look into this, let yourself become aware of the hat.
Right, so in fact the sphere slightly protrudes out of your throat, and here you would call the name of God associated with Darth. And the name of God associated to Darth, well, there's no name of God associated to Darth, and therefore it's shared with the name of God associated to Tifereth, and that is Yod He Vav He.
In 1914, Blavatsky's mystical doctrine of the destiny of Aryan man has spread throughout Germany and Austria.
As practiced in daily life, look at the stranger. The realization that this person may die breathing.
Observe vulnerable.
Those eyes can still see.
They are not empty sockets. The skin is still intact.
Become aware of your desire as it arises. This suffering and horror, the desire, the possibility that this may happen to you.
The last you see, the last you touch.
It might help to open this surface in you.
The possibility, the connection it reveals.
Relax your eyes. Relax your breathing, your awareness. This room, this neighborhood, this town, all those other lands. Your compass now in this world, now time, awareness. Live and walk.
Saints and mountain ranges.
The present, the mind. Now the knowledge that in each of these lives some act was performed.
No matter how deprived this life, there was an act, a gift.
An act on the battlefield, workplace, home.
From each of these multitudes arose actions of rage.
Let yourself see these immeasurable acts as they arise in your eye together into a pile in front of you.
And so that was Radio On. The text was taken from Goat Island. The man in the voice was Steve Hillman. The woman in the voice was Beki Valentine. Man at the controls was Sonskrif Sound. Whatever happened to Somnambulist Internationale?
Here we go. That's right.